Welcome to section 14 of Make My Seating Template. Today we are going to continue where we left off in section 13. First I am going to get the name of the group 1, that is the first 4 departments there. So let's select the first 3 columns for that. And for the serial number I am going to keep it as 48, that is the double of the total capacity of that hall. Also I am going to highlight the first 4 departments in a different color. Let's start the formula with equal to if, and I am going to check the value which is in AD59 is greater than or equal to 1. Instead of that 1, we are going to take that value from the temp page which is in temp A2. Next I am going to get the name of the students from the table above. So the table name is table H1 from the temp seating 1 page. So select that whole of the table. If you have selected the whole table, it must display as table H1ALL. Now I am going to add the index function before the table name. So start with index and the array is the table name, comma, the row number. So the row number, the names are there in the second row, so it must be 2. So as usual we are going to take that 2 value from the temp page. Next, going to the column number, I am going to use the match function to get the column number. So the lookup value is D1H1, that is in AB59. So I am adding the dollar symbol to make it as the absolute reference, and the lookup array. So the lookup array is the header of the table H1. So when you select, it must show table H1 headers, and it must be the exact match, comma, and close the bracket. So it is over for the first department. And now coming for the second department, just copy the previous one and paste it after the comma, and then replace few things. Replace AD59 to AD60 and minus AD59 from temp A2, and again minus AD59 from temp A3, and then change the value, match value from AB59 to AB60. Now copy the previous one and do it for the third department. Replace AD60 to AD61 and again minus AD60 from temp A2 and minus AD60 from temp A3, and change the match value from AB60 to AB61. And now copy the previous one and do it for the fourth department. And now replace AD61 to 62 and again minus AD61 from temp A2 and minus AD61 from temp A3, and the match value must be AB62. So that's it for the first department. Close all the bracket and press enter. So we got the first name, and just drag it down till 48 so that you will get the other name also. Now I am going to do it for the hall ticket number. Just copy the first name, formulas, and then paste it in the hall ticket number column. And then I want to replace only one thing. AB should be replaced to AC. So I am typing it as AB dollar because it is there. So change it to AC dollar. So we have got the hall ticket number. Just drag it down till 48, and that's everything is over for group 1. Now I am going to do it for group 2. And for group 2, I am going to copy the first name of group 1 and paste the same in first name of group 2. And now I'm going to replace few values using ctrl+H, find and replace. So I'm going to replace AD59 to AD63, which is the 5th department. Again replace AD60 to AD64. Again replace AD61 to AD65. So that's over for AD value. Now we are going to replace for AB value. The same way, let's do it for the hall ticket number. Copy the one which is for the name and paste it in the hall ticket number cell and replace AB with AC, that is AB dollar must be replaced with AC dollar. Now track both the cells till 48 and you will get the name for the group 2. Now I am going to create the draft seating and I am going to combine the names which are in group 1 and group 2. Since it is the alternate seating, the first name will be from group 1 and the second name will be from group 2. So like this it will be the alternate seating, but it takes time. So let's use a formula equal to, and I am going to check based on the serial number. If is odd, so first number is going to be odd. So if the value is odd, close the bracket, and if value is odd, then the value must be like this, using index formula, and select the names of the group 1 and also add the dollar symbol to make it absolute reference, and the row number must be taken with the help of match. So I am going to select the match value, that is the first name, comma, the lookup array is again the group 1 names. In selecting the exact match, that is 0, again I want to add +1 because it must be the next name of the previous one, so I am adding +1 before, and the column number is 0 and close the bracket, and if the value is false it must go to the next one, that is even. So I'm going to start it with if, and the condition logical test is even, so select the same value, comma, if the value is true, if it is even it must take the value from group 2. So I'm going to index and select the name of the group 2. Here we find an error showing not available, so just change that value, which is V71 must be changed to V70. So now the error will be rectified. Do it for the hall ticket number equal to and select the first number and for the next select the first number from group 2 and then copy the value which is in the third cell and then paste it in Hastian third cell. And now replace P to Q and V must be replaced with W and S must be replaced to T and again V to W. Now let me tell you what is the use of draft seating. For example, if your seating arrangement has numbers like this, only with 2 departments 12 each, and that is equally distributed. So now there is no problem and there is no gap in between the cells. So it is closely packed. But in the case if you arrange different numbers, you will have some gaps. That is why we are using the draft seating. So if you allocate like this, for example, if you are allocating 3 departments, 10, 13 and 1. So let's go to the temp seating page and see you have 2 difference. So those 2 difference will leave 2 blanks in between the cells. That is the purpose why we are making the draft seating. So you can eradicate that in the final seating. So in the final seating you can give it as 24 because the total capacity of this hall is only 24. So before entering formula for the name, I am going to do some small change. That is, I am going to check one thing, that is if selecting the draft seating name has some value. If it is empty, then I must leave it empty, or else I have to write there 1. So I am going to take the name from the serial number. So now I am going to introduce a new formula to you, that is small. Let's consider you have a table with values like this which we have got earlier. And now using the small formula, I am going to find from this array which is in the A column, and I am going to find the 5th smallest value in this array. So the smallest value is 5. If I want the 20th smallest value, it is 20. Same way, if I want the 22nd smallest value, it is 22. But if I want the 23rd smallest value, it is 24. So based on the number which you enter, it will give the smallest value in that array. So the small formula will leave number error if there is a blank. So we are going to use if error formula to get the names in the final seating now. So starting with if error formula, and I'm going to get the value using the index function as we done earlier. So index and select the draft seating name. And also don't forget to add the dollar symbol to make it as the absolute reference. And the row number is the value which we got through the small formula. So select that AB70. the column number is 0, and then if the value is error, it must be empty. Now let's do it for the hall ticket number. Copy the formula which is for the name and paste it, and just replace V with W. And finally we have got it, and we have left the blank using the small formula. So now it's everything over for the hall 1. So in the next video we shall see how to copy this formula from hall 1 to remaining halls. And this is the today's challenge, and you can do it for the other halls using the formula just by copying and pasting. Until then, see you, goodbye.